Hello there YouTube viewers, and welcome back to another edition of Health Matters. We're going to be continuing on with our posture theme. This time we're taking the top half of the body, and if we bring our favourite skeleton Gunther into play, I'll explain exactly which part we're talking about. Now, as we see here, we're looking at this part from here down to here, and each one of these vertebrae have a rib attached to it, adding to the security for the structures that feature within them. I'll talk about those in a moment. These two plates here are known as your shoulder blades, and they should lie firmly and flatly against these ribs, otherwise they will wing out. The muscles that cover them and structures there are to ease for movement and for flow of the spine. Now note, if we turn him sideways, that he has got this little curve here. That's absolutely fine. Now turning him right the way round, we see that there is a large frame here. In this housing is the most important structures of your body, and they are your vital organs. For instance, your heart and your lungs and your liver, just underneath here. Now let's talk about the lungs first of all, because that's quite important. The lungs feature right in here, and there is a thing that goes right the way up underneath here called the diaphragm. Now that acts as a little bellow to pump and suck air into those lungs to get the oxygen around the body. So it is important for us to stand up nice and tall so that they can inflate in this wonderful cavity here. Right, let's take him out the way a moment and back to me. If we're looking at posture and we see what's known as round shouldered, its technical term is kyphosing. But if we look at round shoulders and we see the structure, I'll give you a demonstration. I'm going to stand up here now. And what we're looking at is somebody who is going to be standing with this sort of posture. Alright? So there's your round shoulders. Okay? The shoulders come forward and the back seems very, very rounded here. Now this in itself, I'm going to just put myself back a little bit so that you can actually see a little bit more of me, okay, because it is important. Now if I stand normally, okay, the shoulders are level and the chin is back. If I round my shoulders, you can see that what it does at the back is it pulls away here, and it gives this curvature here. Now this makes the muscles just here short, but it also makes the muscles just here too stretched. So these ones become overstretched and these ones become too short. So we get this appearance like this. Going back to our Gunther, inside here is the diaphragm. If we are this way round, it's going to cut off the amount of breathing we can do to expand those rib cages that hold the lungs. So in other words, if we stand up tall, I can go and breathe in to get a lot of air into our lungs. If I'm that way round and try and breathe in, I can't expand my lungs because my rib cage won't let me. So that's a very important reason why you should stand up straight. Now ladies, this does apply a great deal to you, especially if you are heavy breasted, because breasts weigh a great deal, so they need fully supporting. Okay, so check your bra that it is the correct measurement for you and it is fully supported. If you don't know what that means, please go to a reputable place to get them measured. My suggestion is Devon's, because they have fully trained staff. Other department stores, unfortunately, say they have fully trained staff, but unfortunately they're not. So do be careful where you go. I do recommend Debenhams. I don't have shares in them or anything, but I know that they do have proper fitting for them. Now what you're looking for is to have them fairly tight around here and on the shoulders. They should feel probably a little too tight to begin with, but after you get used to wearing them, they become very comfortable. It's like spraying on a bra, and they should be very, very well supported. That will encourage the breasts to sit where they should, giving you a nice shape, giving you ability to stand up straight and also to breathe properly. In addition of standing up straight and breathing properly, for everybody, you will look as if you are much slimmer. For instance, if I go back down here, I look quite heavy and plump because it's all like sack here. But if I'm standing up tall, I then suddenly lose 7 pounds because I am look as if I'm much slimmer. Okay. It also is very good if you're going in for an interview to stand correctly. Not to mention the fact that here, where the shoulders are on forward, there is a lot of structures with a very minute amount of space, and they can rub and become inflamed, creating shoulder problems. Alright, so you have to watch that. In addition, we were talking about these shoulder blades. If you have the shoulder blades which are winging out, so in other words they come out like that, they will pull the muscle structures that are attached to these vertebrae and create strain on the spine. Very dangerous, okay, in the end, because the spine will at some point give way if you are picking things heavy, and that because it's repetitive strain. Okay, so please try and keep your posture nice and tall and your chin back so it's resting on these bony bits here. Alright, and so if you put your finger in front there, it's pulled back. Now try this at home. If I was to put my chin back where it is, I physically can't put my shoulders forward. It is anatomically impossible for me to put my shoulders forward. However, if I put my chin forward, then my shoulders can round. So the idea is to bring your chin back so that there's enough head at the back of the neck and at the front of the neck. In other words, it's equal over the pole, not tipping forward. So the balance is equal, and then my shoulders will be happy to sit back. If I bring my head back forward, my shoulders will be allowed to be rounded. So try that one when you are sitting at your desk, watching your computer and playing the games, or reading a book when your head is forward. Watch where your shoulders are, okay? Try to bring them back. We're not asking you to do a sergeant major where you're pushing your shoulders back because it's not comfortable. The best way to do it is shrug your shoulders up, take them back, let them drop, making sure your chin is back and then it sits comfortably. You will then be able to breathe better, and if you breathe better, you're getting more oxygen to you, more oxygen to your brain. You will feel much more energized and the memory will become clearer. You won't be so tired. All because you've sorted out the top half of your posture. For the previous editions, we've been talking about problems with that, and I will be dealing with those next time. Until then, keep practicing, and I'll see you then. Take care now. Bye-bye.